Okay, good morning. This is Ginny with learnwithginny.com. I help uber busy moms get their businesses on the internet where they can find their perfect customers and leads. And I'm super excited to be here because my Facebook Live has not been working for the past couple days, and I'm almost scared to say anything. It might not work. Anyway, I do have my recording going over here, and yesterday I did upload the video that I created, so hopefully you got some value out of it. Make sure you chime in and say hi. Let me know where you're from, what your business is, and what your biggest struggle is, and it could be something with parenting too, because I'm always learning new ways to teach my kids, and that's what it's all about, is coaching and teaching them. So today I'm going to share 3 tips that I got from Earl Nightingale's book. I'll be sure to share the link with you. I did not get my blog post completely finished, so it's going to take a bit before you see the link in the video, but it'll be there. Most of the meat is in this video anyway, because in the post what I do is I say watch the video, but you never know, I might have some extra tips in there. And then there's free training too when you go to my website at learnwithginny.com. If you click the products page, you find it there. So getting into the meat of this, the 3 tips, and again, I got them from Earl Nightingale's book, and I also did a little bit more research to see what other people say, and you know what? It's all pretty much the same. So I also want to share, on one of my future posts, some of the tips I learned from Ben Settle's book about the art of the deal, basically. That's a book I want to read, by the way. Let me know if you've read it. I'd like to know how good it is and what you got from it. So tip number 1 is use a fly rod, not a feeding tube. And if you picture it, a fly rod is an art, and they have this little fly, and they do what they do to make, I'm not a fly fisherman, I would love to learn, but they do what they do to make the line go gently in front of the fish. So, hi John. Anyway, they throw the fly out there right in front of the fish, and the fish grabs it, right? They don't, if you use the visual, the feeding tube, I mean, come on, that's like shoving it down their throat, right? That doesn't work, because eventually, I mean, have you ever been to a salesperson that just goes on and totally tries to shove all the information down your throat? Or maybe in the past, I've done this, you totally puked out all the information on the person, and the person's like, whoa, because you're really excited about it. And you have a lot to say, and you have a lot to share, and you're excited about the product. I get that, but talk less and listen more. If you've ever heard the saying, God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, that's the reason. Listen, because it's all about them and not about you and your product, right? And the same goes for our kids. A lot of times we don't listen enough. And if you are in their world, a lot of times we're so selfish that we're, and it's natural, it's the way we are. We're thinking in our own heads. But if you get into their world, you can never go wrong. And that's a tip from Jim Camp. So use a fly rod, not a feeding tube. Tip number 2 is let the other person argue your case for you. And this goes right into more listening. So this is an excellent tactic. If you ask questions and get yeses from your customer, like, would you like to lose weight? Or would you like to have more energy? Yes, right? You get a yes. And I've also seen salespersons use this tactic where may I come in, if they're a door to door. And if they're not creepy, you might say yes, right? There's yes number one. Yes number two is when they ask you about your family. Yes, I have a daughter. Yes, I have a dog, or whatever. Just, they say up to 7 yeses will lead to the big yeses. So you just keep getting yeses. And it's also a psychological trick, which I'll put a link to one of those posts in my blog post, because I did do that before I read a book and shared those persuasion tactics. And that's one of the psychological tactics, is by getting little yeses that lead to the big yeses. So that's another listening tip, right? Ask them questions. Let them argue the case for you, because you know that your product will help them. So ask the questions. Number 3 is, again, ask, don't tell. So don't tell them anything. Don't go through all the like this doctor says this and this doctor says that, if it's a health product. Health products are easy to come up with ideas. That's why I use the example. So don't go through the list of, why you should use this product. Ask them questions, again, and listen. Listen to what they need, because your product will be able to help them out. So those are the 3 tips. I hope you found them helpful, and I know today was quick, but that was it. That's the 3 tips. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Let me know what your biggest struggle is, and I'll be sure to include it in one of my future posts. Make it a great day.